Hello and welcome to Campus 2 Community, the Columbia Basin College news magazine, to keep you informed of what's happening at CBC and how we might better serve you. With us today on our show is Tuiaea-Ruud, and she's the director of the Columbia Basin College Opportunity Grant. There's still funding available for that grant through the rest of this year, and you might be eligible for it. But before we speak with Anna, we're going to talk to our two top scholars for 2014-2015 at CBC, our All-USA scholars, Oumou Sidibe and Royden Luckey. And with us first is Royden. And first of all, Royden, congratulations not only on your selection for the All-USA team, but for maintaining a 4.0 GPA while at CBC. That's great work.
Thank you, Frank.
First of all, you would be considered a non-traditional student at CBC, being 34 years old. I guess, first of all, what was your history leading up to coming to CBC?
Well, coming out of high school, I didn't really have a clear goal of what I wanted to do. And so I started working. And mainly I was working at family businesses. And I did that for 13 or 14 years. And then in the spring of 2013, the main one that I worked at closed down. And so I had to pick what I wanted to do. And I'd been giving it some thought, and I decided I wanted to go back to CBC and aim for a degree in computer science.
Wow, so you knew what your niche was before you came to school then?
Yeah, I felt like I needed a goal before I started that process.
But you've also been a big contributor to the CBC Tutor Center and helping other students. What did you learn from that experience?
Partially I just learned that I really do enjoy tutoring, and it's made me consider even teaching at some point.
Do you look possibly at education as a career in the future?
Maybe. I definitely want to finish up my degree and start working for at least a couple of years, get some real experience. But I've been strongly considering going back for a master's degree after that, and that would open up the possibility of being able to teach at possibly the community college level.
That's fantastic. What have you learned, because you're part of Phi Theta Kappa,
right,
which is the honor society at Columbia Basin College, and what have you learned about leadership and community outreach through PTK?
Definitely how much goes on in order for that to happen. It requires support from the other officers, support from CBC, and being a part of CBC. Like you can't do that on your own. And I think that's been the major part of what I've learned, is just how much you do need to support each other in order to be a leader.
Fantastic. So we talked a little bit about your plans after graduating at CBC, going on and a bachelor's degree. Do you know what you want to do with that yet? Where you want to obtain your bachelor's degree?
So I've applied to University of Washington and Washington State University, and I'm waiting to hear back.
In computer science then?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, and the field being computer science, and I guess finally, what will you take with you about CBC when you leave? What will you remember?
Really amazing experiences. I've been part of the MESA program, which, I mean, I tutor there and in the tutor center, but I started by being supported by them, and we do volunteer there for the middle school and elementary and high school students to help encourage them into STEM. And then I've had some really amazing professors at CBC who've encouraged me to enjoy mathematics and economics and physics and computer science.
Fantastic. Great. Well, good luck to you, and thanks for choosing Columbia Basin College.
Thank you, Frank.
And we're going to be back with our other All-USA candidate from Columbia Basin College right after this.
Immediately started to see ways that I can improve our company to better manage projects and to ask better questions and to get better information. Do you think, oh, project managers should just take this? In a way, anybody who works on any project should really have project management experience. It would really help if everybody understood the concepts and principles.
And welcome back, and now we are with our other All-USA Scholar Academic student, Oumou Sidibe. And Oumou, thanks for joining us, and congratulations on the All-USA selection.
Thank you.
First of all, tell us a little bit about your background, where you come from, and how you ended up at Columbia Basin College.
Well, first of all, I'm from Mali, West Africa, basically, and I moved here for 2012, sorry. And then I went to Kamakana School for a while. Then I started CBC in summer 2013. And since then I've been there.
What have been some of the major challenges for you coming to college?
Some of the major challenges was English, basically. It's because I was placed in the lowest English class at CBC, and then I had to take 2 higher classes, which was like kind of hard for me because I couldn't understand mostly what was the teacher saying. And then I had to go through it, but I learned, and it was fine.
Right, that's difficult, learning the new language as well as college material, right? Yeah. So now you're a member of Phi Theta Kappa, also our honor society, right?
Yeah.
And how did you happen to get into Phi Theta Kappa?
At first, I received a letter from the Phi Theta Kappa honor society, but then I didn't know what it was about, and then my aunt was like, you should do what you will like, and then I applied for it, and I ended up liking it.
What have you learned from Phi Theta Kappa, maybe about leadership and community outreach, helping out in the community?
What I've learned? We've done a lot of stuff, you know. We've been active in a lot of stuff, such as like the cystic fibrosis, March for Respect, and the Emeritus Senior Living Center in Richland. And what I've learned basically was like, as an officer, like sometimes it's hard to work with other, and then you have to learn how to communicate with everyone. And it was like awesome to do that.
So what were your thoughts about your professors that you worked with? How did they help you?
They were, I basically said the math professor, they were more welcoming and nice, and then open up to you and listen because they want to learn more about you and then where you're from. They were helpful. Yeah.
So what are your plans after you graduate from CBC?
I applied for like 5 different universities, but I never heard from them yet. I'm waiting. But I would like to go to Georgia Tech or Texas Austin.
Say that again, to what?
University of Texas Austin.
University of Texas at Austin? That's nice. And tell us a little bit about your major and why you're interested in that.
I'm interested in mechanical engineering, mostly because in Mali we don't have much engineer there. Who does mechanical is mostly civil and architecture and other. Then I'm like, I should do mechanics and then maybe go back and help create maybe a company who will develop in mining tools and others.
So you do plan at some point after your education on going back to your home country of Mali?
Sure, yeah. After maybe working here for several years and then go back with more experiences.
And how far do you want to go with your education? You're going to get your AA degree, then how far after there? What degrees are you looking at?
I would like to go for a master. Yeah.
Master's in mechanical engineering.
Yeah, and maybe one in math too, because I would like to do math. I like that.
Wow, fantastic. How will you remember CBC?
In many ways, well, first of all, it would be like I had the chance to be in a small classes, and then that was kind of easy on me, so that like I had the chance to interact with other teachers. Basically, what I will take will be the interaction with other students and the chance to be around everyone and be able to share my experiences on others.
Very good, very good. Well, we're certainly proud of you, and we're glad that you chose to attend Columbia Basin College.
Okay.
Stay tuned. We'll be back talking about the Columbia Basin College Opportunity Grant and how you might become eligible for that right after this.
Where can you see stunning views of stars, galaxies, and other wonders of the universe? Visit the Bechtel National Planetarium at Columbia Basin College. Take a guided tour of the night sky under a spectacular dome in the Community Enrichment Foundation Theater, where you can learn about phases of the moon, planets, constellations, and other fascinating objects in deep space. Science and educational films for a variety of age groups are also displayed on the planetarium dome. Look up into the night sky. Learn more about our universe.
Glad to have you back, and right now with us is the director of the Columbia Basin College Opportunity Grant, Tuiaea-Ruud. And Anna, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
And for those of our viewers who are not familiar with the Opportunity Grant, what exactly is it?
Yeah, it is a grant funded through the state of Washington for low-income adults who are interested in training for a high-wage, high-demand career. And so the grant will fund you up to 45 credits of tuition and fees, and then give you $1,000 toward books and supplies. So it is a tremendous opportunity indeed.
If you could be a little more specific about eligibility and who might qualify for this.
Right. So it is for students who have not earned an AA degree or above. So specifically somebody, maybe they went to school for a little while and then they started working but have not earned a degree. You have to be enrolled in a specific program at CBC. So either in the automotive technology program, computer science, early childhood education, or one of the health science programs, so one of the various medical programs.
Okay, so is there funding available now?
Yes, that is a great question. There is. I'm looking for students to help fund for spring and for summer. And maybe if you're watching this for the first time, never have heard of the Opportunity Grant, and you thought, oh, I wish I would have applied in the fall or winter. You could apply, and there's a possibility that you could get reimbursed for fall or winter quarter.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
So what are some of the services, other than some tuition funding, that is provided through the Opportunity Grant?
We really want to be a resource for students for whatever they need. Any barrier that comes up, we do give students assessments when they first come to see if there are any barriers that may hold them back from completing their program, really connecting them to campus resources. We do academic advising, career counseling, and then let's say there's an emergency that may pop up for them, where their car may break down or their electricity is about to get shut off. They could come and let us know what's going on, and we might be able to help them with some emergency funding.
So are we looking at, for the most part, are we looking at any kind of age? Does it matter
Nope.
if they're 18 or 19 or 50?
It does not matter, and most of our students are non-traditional, meaning they've been in the workforce, they didn't go to college straight out of high school. Maybe they're looking for a career change and just training for the new high-demand careers that are available.
Is there a limit on how many students you can take?
No, there isn't, but there is a cap on the funding. I typically will fund anywhere from like 85 to 90 students, so it's really a first come, first serve grant. So when the funding's gone, then I can't take on any new students.
Okay, and how do we get more information on the Opportunity Grant?
So the easiest thing to do would be to just go on the CBC website, columbiabasin.edu/opportunity, or you're always welcome to come by the H building on the Pasco campus and then come to the Workforce Education Center, which is right across from the bookstore. So upstairs in the H building, just pop in, you can grab an application, ask questions, or give me a call at the office, which is 542-4861.
Okay, great. The Opportunity Grant, and sounds like a great opportunity for a lot of potential students. Thank you, Anna.
Definitely. Thank you.
And that's Campus Community. Join us again next time. So long.